everyone, welcome back to my channel. Recently, I finished reading the series of novel called Twilight. It is a romantic novels and I usually don't like them, but so far this is my favorite. So the story is about vampires. A college normal student named Bella Swan moved to Forks, a city in United States, away from Phoenix where her mother lived, and she went to live with her father. And there she met Edward, a vampire. Usually vampires didn't want to be spotted that they're vampires, so usually they hide themselves. And they never come out when it's sunny, and they usually appear when it's rainy, cloudy, because nobody will notice that their skin is so bright. And they can move fast, like faster than any other human in the world. They're the most dangerous predator. But however, a vampire named Edward fell in love with Bella, a normal person in this story, and they're like the main character over here. Edward had a whole vampire family. One of them is called Carlisle, Rosalie, Alice, and a whole bunch of them, and they're a good family. At first, Bella didn't know that Edward's a vampire, but after when he saved Bella from a car crash, he travels from a side of the parking lot to another within seconds and push a car away with his bare hand, and that's totally amazing. I'm mostly not interested in romantic novels, but these novels is really fascinating because it has superpowers and it has worlds that I can't imagine. In this story, Edward takes Bella into his world in the first series, and they really get along together, Bella like Edward and Edward like Bella. But however, other vampires doesn't think so because they think that it's dangerous. So however, there's a vampire that wants to hunt Bella and suck her blood out, which is totally scary. And Edward saves him from the vampire that wants to suck her blood out, named Jasper. And on the second novel, this one, that Edward thinks that Bella deserves a normal life, like a human life, without a vampire. So he chooses to disappear out of Bella's life. But of course, that would be totally unacceptable. And I was thinking, how could he be so stupid? And in the whole series, actually the two of them being separated is not a good decision, because Edward hates being separated with Bella, but he forced himself to do this. And Bella hates being separated by all the other vampire family because they have literally been best friends. And Bella tried to jump off a cliff, not to commit a suicide, but to think that she will see the version of the vampires because they can read her thoughts, or some of them can see the future. And when Edward thinks that Bella jumped off the cliff, he went to the Volturi, a very powerful vampire family and the main antagonist in the whole series. And the Volturi tried to kill Edward after Edward tried to kill himself. And it's really complicated, but it all ended out fine, and they started really being together and get married. In this novel, they really get along, but however, a woman vampire, another one from a small family, wanted to kill Bella. And that's so creepy because Jacob the werewolf came out to protect Bella and worked together with Edward, because in their world, werewolves doesn't get along with vampires. They're like against each other, and it's creepy the way how enemies can work together just because of a human. It's like the whole pack. And in the last series, it took me so long to read it because it's so thick. And in the last series, Bella had a child named Renesmee. Renesmee is a name combined by Renee and Esme. Renee is Bella's mother and Esme is like Edward's mother. And it's really interesting because Bella was already immortal, being turned by vampire by then. But however, when she gave birth to Renesmee, she was still a human. So that's make Renesmee half human and half immortal. And that was really interesting. And when I watched the movie, Renesmee was so pretty. The actor was Mackenzie Foy, by the way. This whole series is really fascinating, not just because it's romantic novels, but also because it is the world of vampire werewolves and some other mysterious things that none of us can imagine. For example, when you become a vampire, it's like you have all the superpowers. You can just chop a rock open with your bare hands, and you can jump off a cliff to another one, and it's literally like flying because you're moving so fast. And for werewolf, well, when you get angry, you can literally just turn into a wolf, a cute normal wolf. In the movie, when Jacob is angry, he turned into a wolf, and that's actually so cute and completely lovely. So I highly recommend you to watch this whole series of novels, and sometimes when you have time, you can go on the internet and watch the whole series of movies. Thank you, bye!